قد أفلح المؤمنون الذين هم في صلاتهم خاشعون والذين هم عن اللغو معرضون والذين هم للزكاة فاعلون والذين هم لفروجهم حافظون إلا على أزواجهم أو ما ملكت أيمانهم
بسم الله الرحمن
فإنهم
الرحيم.
غير
الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على رسوله النبي الكريم. Inshallah, today we'll be beginning our video series on the 7 types of people that will be under the shade of Allah. Before I begin about the first type of person that will be shaded, I'm just going to give a brief, small introduction about the Day of Judgment. We all know what the Day of Judgment is. It's a reality that we, have to face as Muslims. It's a core part of our belief. We've been taught about it in Sunday school. We in the Quran it's mentioned like over and over again that mankind will be held accountable on that day, that we will be, our fate will be determined. It's the Day of Judgment. And so our whole life, is a preparation for that day to see, which way we'll, take. Inshallah, may Allah make us all among those who will enter, Jannah and take that path, inshallah. So on the Day of Judgment, this is a day where the sun, it's described the sun will be just a mile above our heads. And if you can imagine just the tremendous heat of that day, normally, I'm sure those who live in Texas, or, in the really the warmer parts of the world, you can imagine, when summertime rolls around, especially sisters who wear hijab, it gets really, really hot. I mean, it gets intense. And so, imagine the sun, subhanAllah, just a mile above your head, and there's people that are sweating, and their sweat is, at the level that their sweat is at is according to their sins. So some people, their sweat will be up to their ankles, and some people, their sweat will be up to their necks, and some people will be drowning in their sweat, subhanAllah. And so, on one side this will be taking place, on the other side that will be, the shade of Allah. Under that shade will be those people that through Allah's mercy will be shaded. And it's kind of like, try to imagine like a desert, where people are like almost dying of heat. And on the other side it's the people that are, comforted and relaxed, because Allah bless them with shade. It's kind of like an air conditioner area, you know what I mean? And so inshallah, our goal, of course, is to try to be under that shade. There's nothing more that we would want on that day, but to be under Allah's mercy. To be shaded by Allah. And so our goal is, inshallah, to try to be all 7 types of people. And so through this series we're gonna go through all 7. This first type of person is a just ruler. A just ruler, when many of us think of rulers, we think of, top-notch positions, such as a president, MSA president, or a huge community activist as part of that's a board member of the masajid, or we may think of just, scholars or sheikhs. But honestly, we are all in some sort of capacity or another are rulers. We may be a leader at home. We may be as a sibling, as a mother, as a father, as a son. We can be leaders just as a member of something, as a person who attends the masjid, who takes part in an activity. We in all some sort of capacity are leaders. And so when we are entrusted with leadership, this is a trust from Allah. So what do we do with this leadership? A lot of people, when they gain some sort of authority, they start having a very demeaning attitude towards everyone else below them, at least as they see it, that the other people that they're over are below them. But leadership isn't supposed to be like that. A just leader isn't one who is demeaning to others, who's rude, who's authoritative. A just ruler is one who's still kind and still on a respectful level with everybody else. And so leadership is something that we'll be held accountable for. What did we do with the leadership that we were blessed with? And inshallah, may Allah make us all among those that are just and kind to others, that when we're blessed with leadership, we fulfill our duties and we fulfill our part. And inshallah, may Allah make us all among those that are this type of person. And may Allah bless us all with His shade on the day where there will be no shade but His shade, inshallah. Jazakumullah khair for watching. Please stay tuned for the other 6 types of people that inshallah will be under the shade of Allah. Assalamu alaikum.